We spend more and more time in front of the smartphone, and according to the research company App Annie, based on data collected in 16 countries, the global average of time we spend in front of a screen is 42 hours a day. If instead we take into consideration a calendar year, it is as if we use the smartphone for 63 days in a row. That is more than 2 months. Every occasion is good to use the smartphone, at the bus stop or on the train, during the lunch break, or even when we are sitting on the toilet. Observing the tiles that cover the walls of the bathroom or reading the label on the shower gel is not very interesting, so we carry our smartphone with us to read the latest news, to play, to watch the latest videos on YouTube or TikTok, or to check what other people are doing on Instagram. According to experts, it is a deeply wrong and harmful habit for health. Let's go see why. Hemorrhoids. Using the smartphone while we are on the toilet inevitably leads to lengthening the time we spend in the bathroom. This increases the pressure on the rectum and in the long run can cause the onset of hemorrhoids or worsen existing ones. Hemorrhoids, divided into internal and external, are spongy cushions of vascularized tissue found in the final part of the rectum, inside the anal canal. Hemorrhoids, together with the anal sphincter, are responsible for maintaining continence and the evacuation of feces. Under normal conditions, their presence is not even felt, and they can go out during defecation and then immediately return spontaneously. When you sit for some time on the toilet, perhaps on your cell phone, the venous pressure increases in the vessels of the rectum and anus, thus causing a prolapse of hemorrhoids, that is, their leakage outside the anus. When these pads become inflamed, they can become painful, as well as bleed, and cause itching and burning. Even if you sit normally, without straining, the anorectal area tends to hang downwards, causing considerable pressure on the veins. According to experts, you shouldn't sit on the toilet for more than 10 minutes, more than enough time to fulfill the physiological needs. Not only that, excessive pressure on the rectum can make gastrointestinal problems worse, as it hinders intestinal peristalsis. It is a physiological process that, through involuntary muscle contractions, allows the transit of food in the digestive tract, the absorption, and finally the elimination of waste substances through the feces. Bad posture. Sitting on the toilet for a long time makes us assume positions harmful to the spine, which lead us to arch our back forward at the lumbar and cervical level. Using the smartphone tends to lower the head, and consequently the cervical spine is subjected to excessive stress, which in the long run becomes inflamed and causes neck stiffness, neck pain, and chronic headaches. When the natural curvature of the spine is accentuated, we speak of lumbar hyperlordosis, while in the case of the neck we speak of cervical hyperlordosis. Sitting on the toilet for too long causes the classic sensation of numbness in the legs, as if they were falling asleep. This is the so-called woody leg syndrome, and it happens because resting the arms on the legs while we are sitting, the nerves of the lower limbs are crushed, in particular, the sciatic nerve. It is the longest nerve in the human body that originates in the lower back and extends along the entire lower limb. When we spend too much time in the bathroom, the sciatic nerve is compressed and does not transmit nerve information correctly, as well as assisting in a slowdown in blood circulation. Thus, an annoying tingling and a loss of sensation in the legs, and sometimes even pain will be felt, which however are destined to disappear within a few minutes. Viruses and bacteria. Another reason why you shouldn't take your smartphone to the bathroom is the numerous bacteria that populate the surfaces. Even if you put a lot of effort into maintaining the hygiene of your home, the bathroom is still the least clean room. Among the most widespread bacteria we find Streptococcus and Salmonella, which generally hide on different surfaces, on the toilet seat, handle, or sink. When we flush the toilet without having lowered the toilet seat first, thousands of microdroplets end up in the air and settle on nearby surfaces, such as the phone you placed next to the toilet. A rain of germs and bacteria will inevitably end up on your mobile phone screen, which you will then carry to other rooms, including the kitchen table. Following some studies, it has been discovered that smartphone screens are 10 times dirtier than the toilet seat. They are covered in microbes, including Pseudomonas aeruginosa, an opportunistic pathogen that mainly affects people who have compromised immune defenses and can lead to problems of various kinds, from pneumonia to endocarditis, from otitis to meningitis, up to the formation of a brain abscess. Fecal bacteria, including Escherichia coli, are also found on cell phone screens. It is a bacterium that forms an integral part of the normal intestinal microbiota, but in some cases it can cause diseases in humans, such as urinary tract infections, peritonitis, pneumonia, and septicemia. Keeping your cell phone away from the bathroom, or at least disinfecting it with a small amount of alcohol, reduces the spread of viruses and bacteria, and therefore the risk of contracting certain infections. Not only that, it will also decrease the likelihood of dropping your phone down the toilet. Brain health. Your brain is bombarded with continuous information throughout the day and is forced to process an impressive amount of data. Cognitive overload is one of the first consequences and occurs when an individual is exposed to an amount of information that exceeds his or her processing capacity. For this reason, even the brain desperately needs breaks during the day. But if you use your cell phone, even while you're in the bathroom, you'll never give it the opportunity to rest. Keeping your cell phone away from the bathroom allows your brain to recharge mental energy and therefore improve concentration and creativity, as well as making you more productive. Even moments of boredom are essential for the proper functioning of the brain, as they allow us to process our thoughts, now more and more suffocated by the frenetic rhythms that daily life imposes on us. According to experts, moments of boredom should be inserted during the day just to temporarily switch off and remove anxiety and stress, risk factors for numerous pathologies. So start progressively reducing the time you spend on your smartphone sitting on the toilet until you leave it in another room, away from the bathroom.